Alright, so here is my problem with how Charlie Morgan goes about living, his life, and pretty much the advice in business that he gives specifically. I don't really care about how he lives his life, but more about the advice that he gives in business. And of course, this is coming from someone who is nowhere near the level that Charlie Morgan is, revenue wise, money wise. But this is coming from, myself, not necessarily myself, but rather like another perspective I found from another entrepreneur who was very successful, making around $200,000 a month. Um, and I prefer more that perspective that I learned from that guy. And so today I'm gonna just show you that perspective and how it, you know, is the contrast with Charlie Morgan's approach. The thing is, or the problem with Charlie Morgan's approach, in my opinion, is that from what I've learned and from what I've seen, which is not a lot of the content I watch, I don't watch all of the videos. I watch, you know, some of the videos from Charlie Morgan because his advice is awesome. Like cold outreach, just awesome. I learned so much from him. It's incredible. Okay, but the thing I found with Charlie Morgan is that he, from what I've seen, it's like he has his attitude towards life like David Goggins of like, I'm in pain, but I'm gonna continue to run because I just like to, push through discomfort or something like that. Because I was remember seeing this guy or this video from this guy saying Charlie Morgan saying that, replying to a comment saying that 10K is nothing. Like he has to stop seeing 10K as an achievement. And I was thinking to myself, like, this guy, like, I understand that he, that attitude is going to help you to make more money overall. However, like, that is going to leave you to feel extremely, like, I mean, it did to me back in the day. It made me feel extremely depressed. I remember watching this other video where he said that, to make $10,000 a month as a young man, as a young person, you really have to go deep. Like, really go monk mode. Like, just lock in and not talk to anyone. And you just feel like, this desperation to make the money. And I remember when I followed that advice, not specifically from Charlie Morgan, but from other guys, I just felt so depressed. I felt so depressed. I first felt so ashamed because I was here in my room just working all day. Like, I was uncomfortable with people. I just wasn't able to speak how I was before. As smooth as I was before. I wasn't in shape as much. My body was not as good. I was just feeling like ashamed for saying like, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm trying to, improve my financial life. And I guess that kind of comes back to the point of like just being obsessed and like, oh my god, I just have to make it. I'm desperate from it. And I don't know about this like, frequency and like low frequency, high frequency or whatever. I don't really care. I mean, I could care, but I don't really understand that. So, I don't. It's not so much that part, but just like how it made me feel myself, and it made me feel like so bad. And I could push through it, but it made me feel so bad. And what I realized and the perspective that I was like taken from that other guy is like, I actually celebrating those small wins. It's so good, so good. And living my life as a fun grind, not as a desperate grind, it's so much better. You could be doing the same things, but you see it, well, I mean, not the same things because, when you're obsessed, you're going to be working 16 hours a day and stuff like that. But when you see a fun grind, you're maybe going to do 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day of work. And then the rest of the day, you're going to, go to a gym, talk to people, stuff like that, right? I found that when, and of course, enjoying your, wins. For example, if you make $10,000 a month, you're gonna be absolutely, just out of this world. It's gonna be amazing, right? You're gonna buy some flowers to your mom, whatever, stuff like that. But the overall thing is like you live this lifestyle where you feel like I'm actually feeling really good about my life. Like I actually want to wake up in the morning and get to work, like something I actually want because I would do that. I would do that if it didn't give me a lot of money. But like it's giving me a lot of money, and it's not like I need to do this. So that's my overall thought about this. Let me know what you thought. I think just enjoying your life in the daily grind it's way better than just feeling forced to work to get to that goal of financial amounts. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you think.